I'm part of the problem, so I can be part of the solution. Are you here with me? So, whenever you find yourself complaining, you can start. Step on your brakes as quickly as possible. And remember, I'm part of the problem. And once you remember I'm part of the problem, you can tell God, make me part of the solution. Make me part of the solution. But until you see yourself as part of the problem, you can never be part of the solution. There's always something God can do through us. For Nehemiah to get into action, he risked his position. This was a high officer, the king's cupbearer. The cupbearer is a high officer in the palace. He is the most trusted person apart from the king's wife. Are you here with me? Because he can choose to kill the king any minute. Any minute. So for someone to hear of something going wrong, yes, you can be touched by it, you feel sorry, and you wish you could help. And sometimes you can even send them something that, please here, take this and see what you can do. But for you to leave your position, risk it. Not for a day, but for years. And you know, sometimes when you leave your place, by the time you come, you've been replaced with a better substitute. And you no longer have a place. That's why some people who play soccer find it difficult playing for their nations. Because you see, you are being well paid in your team. And you always get the first selection. But once you go to play for your nation, when your team is playing, they have to put someone else in your position. And if that person performs better than you, by the time you come, you've been replaced. And once you are not making the first selection, you're in trouble. You are in trouble to the extent that even the nation you risk your position for will not call you for the next match because they say that you are not getting playing time. Hey. So risking your position is a great risk. But this man risked his position. See, we must get something right. And Apostle, please get it right. It is not about titles. It is not about positions. It is about function. It's about work. Function. People want to be given big titles and they do nothing. Some positions in the church, they become seats that people sit on. I personally stopped calling women into the office of deaconess until recently. Because I looked at the assembly where I pastor, and we have stripped that office of every single duty apart from the chair they sit on. Because there was no duty for the deaconesses anymore. All the duties we had specialized groups that were performing them. So you are a deaconess because of the seat you sit on. And I said, no way. Until you guys find work for this office, I'm not calling anyone into that office. It's not about titles. It's about function. Come on. I'll take apostleship, pastor, teacher. How dare you to have an I'll take it anywhere. It's function. And let me tell you, there are pastors who are doing far better than apostles. Are you here with me? And there are members who get greater rewards than apostles. It is function. It is not title. Are you here with me? But we become positional, entitled people. If you think function, if you think work, it will be easier for you to step out of one work into a greater work that has no title. Because you are thinking work, you are thinking function, you are not thinking title. Is somebody here with me? Yes. So Nehemiah raised a higher title for a work that had no promise of a title. We've been called to work, not just to have titles. It is function and not position. Are you ready to risk your title? Ready to risk your position for what God wants you to do? The third thing I want to talk about is that God will not hold you responsible for what He has not given you. Hello? He will not hold you responsible. But when God gives you something, you must account for it. If you read Matthew 25, talking about the unequal talents, that He gave someone 5, He gave another 2, and He gave another 1. According to their several ability. Tell your neighbor, our abilities are not the same. They are not the same. The master came seeking accountability for the number of talents he gave. I can tell you that sometimes we praise the wrong people. Yeah. Only God knows what He has given. So only God can praise the right person. Are you here with me? Sometimes the people we see high up and we praise, they are the wrong people to be praised. Because you see, sorry, please, just the two of you. If he is a 5-talent man, okay, and he works with his 5 talents, and he gets another 5, so he now has how much? 10. Okay, you can. And then he has 2. Okay? But he works and gets 4. So now he has 6. So he has 10, he has 6. You can. He had 1. And he worked so much that he got an extra 3. So he now has 4. So 4, 6, 10. In our eyes, this is the better man. He's the best amongst them. And followed by the one who has 6. And the least amongst them is the one who has 4. But in God's eyes, the greatest is 4. Because God gave him 1. Okay? And he multiplied it by 3 and added it. And he multiplied by 2. And he multiplied by 1. So sometimes we just see the big talent. Okay? But we don't know the raw material. So we praise the wrong people. The fact that my voice is not as good as yours, you don't know my starting point. So God will not hold you responsible for what He has not given. But when God gives something, you must use it. Because He will come and ask you for it. Are you here with me? going to question you about. God is also going to ask you for something he gives, which is called opportunity. When God gives you an opportunity, you must use it. And I pray for grace. Amen. When it comes to opportunity, I pray for grace because, sometimes, especially when I travel, I look back at the church where God has placed me. And I think through and I say, Lord, I think I am underutilizing this opportunity. There are more talented young guys here that I even don't see and I don't know. And these people are under me and they must be harnessed and used to expand the kingdom. And maybe I'm just concentrating on some few people. What opportunity do you have? The church in which you find yourself is an opportunity. Any space you've been given to do any work is an opportunity. Even let me tell you, the people you need. Opportunity. What you do with the opportunity God gives you, you will account for it. So we don't only account for talent, but we account for opportunity. Because all places aren't the same. And all situations aren't the same. If you look at the issue of the talent, one opportunity that Jesus spoke about is that, hey, if you didn't want to do anything with my money, you should have taken it to the bank. That was an opportunity. He gave the talents according to your several abilities. Okay? But let us hear. God wants you to expand your capacity. Amen. That one is your God for. It's what you call your money. Did you hear me? I said, part of what you will account to God for is what you call your money. And I use the word what you call because truth is God's money. Hello. This one, I know Americans won't agree with me. Come on. You think it's your money. But we did prove on the first day that someone owns you. You belong to someone in totality. You and your all. And that includes your money. Hello. So when it comes to being passionate about the work of God and giving to the work of God, some people think we're doing God a favor. You see, the question we should be asking ourselves is even not how much should I give, but you should be asking how much should I keep? Because it's not yours. It's not yours. As long as we, and what I think is a great disservice to God is Christians give to God out of their surplus. It's an insult. Yes. No, that's how we've been taught to give. After we've done all the calculations, I'll do this and I'll buy that and I'll do this and I'll do this. Then out of what is left, I ain't crying at me for many. How do I give to God out of what is left? I'm sorry. I said you will account for how you use your money. Okay? If you should take a Christian's checkbook, you should be able to say this person is a Christian based on how he uses his money. Are you hearing me? If no one can see you're a Christian by just looking at your bank account, there's something wrong with your life. Your heart is in the wrong place. So we will have to account for our money as well. Don't forget that. I see some pastors of some churches that they own. They own the churches and they make all the money and live at some skyrocketing levels of luxury. And they think because they work so hard, they deserve it. And yet they have many poor people in their churches. One day, they will account for it. They will account for it. They seem to have that ownership mentality that the money they are making is theirs because the church is theirs. In this life, there's only one true owner, and that's God. Only one true owner. You can go and buy land today and say, this is my land. There's only one true owner. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Only one true owner. Today is last day. Sunday, you don't talk long. So let me just see how to drop this quickly. We are talking about work and how we are going to work, and we've been here from Friday, so we'll talk about 3 days, and we will be leaving. At camp meetings, what we do is we get empowered. At camp meeting, what we do is that we refocus, we retune our tools. At camp meeting, we set our hearts right to go and work. Are you here with me? The work is not done in the house. The work is done outside. You know, when Christians come to church, then they think it's church that they are come to serve God. No! You come to be empowered in church to go out and work. So as you go, when you get back to your local churches, know that you are part of the problem. Hello? I said know that you are part of the problem. And begin to talk to God about the problem and open your heart for God to give you the solution. But there are some basics that apply everywhere. Prayer. It is your responsibility to pray passionately. It is your responsibility to be a good example. Live right. Live a holy life. It makes you a worse offender. If leaders are not doing well, you are also not living right, and you are talking about them. Talk about yourself. Be a good example, be a shining example. Do you know something? For some people, your life is always speaking to them. Okay? Because they think that, oh, we are in church, but we can do this, we can do it. But because you are not doing it, it pricks their conscience. You become their Bible. They don't want to read the Bible, but when they see you, they are forced to read the Bible, that there are some who have not defiled themselves. So it says, let your light so shine before men that they will see your good deeds and give glory to your Father who is in heaven.